Hi. Okay, so if you're new here, welcome. My name is Langston Pereira. I'm encompassing a music journey on this channel. A little bit of rant with me, talk to me, a lot of different things. Okay, there's no specifics anymore. Because I just like having fun. I just enjoy stuff, whatever this is. And then if you're not new, welcome back. I appreciate you. I appreciate anyone really because it's kind of like I'm starting to learn how to appreciate people. So, yeah. But what I'm gonna do for a little bit until my mother's ready because I'm about to head out soon. So I'm about to just play some random notes on the keyboard, and this is a 61 electronic keyboard that I got on Amazon. I hope to upgrade eventually to like better instruments. I also have an acoustic guitar that I got, I want to say like maybe a year ago, almost 2 years ago. Um, Actually, I think I did get it 2 years ago because I got it when I was like in the play. I was in the play for the Velveteen Rabbit. I'll tell you guys more about that. Not a later date, probably later today. Let's be real. This video will probably end up being short, so I'll probably come back and then give you a rundown on that. But yeah, let's just play random notes and see what knowledge I've obtained so far. Okay, don't judge me too hard on that one because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I have like a sloppy technique that I want to clean up. And I'm sure I will clean it up soon. Let me lower this. Because you're supposed to like sit straight and you're supposed to have your hands positioned like this so you're not hitting two notes at once on accidentally, and I seem to have done that maybe like 2 or 3 times just now, so bear with me. And I also do need to get a uh the stand for it, and I also need to get a guitar stand. So yeah, I'm just playing random stuff. Let me turn off the light. It's not that one. Hold on. I'm trying to recall. It's like this and this. No, I don't know. Okay, so those are like just me clicking random stuff, and then at one point I was doing like chords type bass stuff. Now I'm still trying to figure out with chords, because like I've seen a few different things, and when I read it, my brain wasn't like at its full like it wasn't operating completely, because I honestly like I had read it at a time where I was like almost dead tired, and I don't know, like honestly my brain was just like fried, because I had to think all day and I had to crunch numbers, and I was just like, oh, and for anyone who is new, like I'm not an accountant, I work at a hospital, and we have to like configure all the numbers of like the high census, and then we have to like take that, add it into, you know, the each floor, how many people are on the floor, and then how many trays actually went up, and then we have to basically take that and add it into the number of courtesy boxes, which is 154 sandwiches, and there's at least like, let's see, the other building has four floors. It has 2 real floors, and then ER. It's about like 7 different areas. Oh, actually, not true. There's like 9 different areas, because there's maternity, Latimer, 2nd floor, 3rd floor, 4th floor. Then there's ER. Then there's 3rd vineyard and 4th vineyard. So yeah, there's 8 sections, and then each one has like various numbers of sandwiches. So 4th vineyard, both sides get 8 sandwiches, so that's 16. And then another side on 3rd vineyard has, well, they say they get 4 sandwiches, but we actually don't give them sandwiches because it's like a surgical unit. But I guess those sandwiches are for like the visitors and stuff. So and they get 4, and then, oh yeah, there is 9 sections, because I also forgot OBS is open, and they also get sandwiches, and they get 4 sandwiches, and then ER gets 48 sandwiches, and then yeah. And but there's like a little paper that we like follow, so we just know. But then we have to take the amount of runners. So if there's like 4 runners, for example, if there's 4 runners on the floor, you have to take that and add it to however many sandwiches they have. So if they have 4 sandwiches, that's 8. And then you have to take that by the number of patients that were on the floor. So for example, say it's like 12, then that automatically makes it 20, but then you have to take that total number at the end of the number, and the count's been like 230, so you take that 20 and then be like 250, but then you also have to did I do everything? Counted the runners, the sandwiches, the count. Oh yeah, and then you have to like plug in all the numbers to make sure that it equals that total on the bottom. Then you have to go and apply it to like 3 different papers, and it's just a mess. And then you have to like go and check all the dates and stuff. So honestly, like if I wanted to like do a tour, I could literally like apply what I learned at the hospital and just have my tour dates just like set, locked and loaded, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm touring on this day, that day, this day, and then I gotta fly back to here and go over there and then tour here. Like it would all come together. Like I know that all seemed like a jumbled mess, but my brain automatically compartmentalizes everything, so I don't have to necessarily worry about it. I just have to like check the like when we have runners, because sometimes you can't read other people's handwriting. It's like doctor's handwriting, so you're like, okay, what floor is this? And what room did this go to? Because you have to like dissect it by room and section. Then you have to take the nourishments and add that into, and it's just a mess. But and not to mention, I have to like pay attention to all the diets and like diet restrictions and like really micro manage that. And so whenever I like read something, I'm not 100% taking it in, depending on what time of day, because I normally read it at work. Because when I'm at home and I'm like reading stuff, my brain is like 100% absorbing it, and it's just a matter of me like applying it right after I like read it or something to help me lock it in. But when I read it at work, my brain is like honestly absorbing only like 60% of it, because I already have so many other things that I had to absorb just to make sure like everything flows smoothly. And then I had yesterday, we like ran short on stuff because we don't get shipment at the hospital until Tuesdays. So I had to like substitute stuff, and it was just like a mess yesterday. And I was like trying to make sure that the renals weren't getting, the wrong stuff. And then I had to substitute because we ran out of rainbow sherbet and raspberry sherbet, so I had to substitute it with something else. So I ended up just giving them Jello, and it was just a mess. I was like, I cannot for the life of me. And then like for some reason, like I wasn't really thinking about it, but cardiacs actually can't have caffeine, and I don't know why I didn't think about it, because it's like obviously like it's linked to their heart, and caffeine is like not good. So I was like, when my coworker had like, I was like, so what do you want me to give them? And then I like was like, well, I can give them a Coke since we don't have root beer. And he was like, oh, well, it has to be caffeine free. So I had to give him caffeine free cola. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't know why I never like thought about that. And I think it's because I have a regular diet myself, so I just be consuming whatever I want. And it's kind of like, when you take stuff like that for granted, you don't really think about what other people can and can't have. Like, for a while, I had no idea that soft low fiber couldn't have lettuce and tomato, because they couldn't necessarily have anything fresh. At least that's what the dietitians tell me. So I'm like, wow, the whole time I like literally didn't even know that. And I was like, and you guys have me supervising? Like, what? And it's so crazy because I wanted to train in the diet office, but the manager that was resigned, well, she was asked to resign. She basically was like, oh, we have enough people in there. I'm like, but as a supervisor, I should know the diets. But anyhow, I'm getting ready to head out, but we will catch up. Yeah, we will catch up later today. Sending double love. I don't know, I always be making that face. I decided to add this into the video, but it's kind of funny because I was like watching a YouTube video where artists were kind of judging like other artists, and every artist seems like they have their doubts about somebody and like why somebody's like famous or popular. But then when you realize the negative criticism that artist had in their career at one point, it's kind of like, we're all just trying to start somewhere, and we all improve with time, and then we become fans of each other. Like, so it's not too far-fetched to like to have a celebrity or your fellow peer kind of like judge you harshly or be like, I don't see the hype around you. But then eventually they start to like actually come around and they're like, you know what, you're not so bad, you're actually all right, kid, like kind of thing. So if you ever had anyone like a fellow peer, kind of be like, yeah, I don't see the hype around you, or like whatever. Don't fret. Don't worry about it. You will eventually become cool with that person, or they'll even might become a fan of you. Like, you know, because I saw a video of Fifth Harmony when they first got together and, well, were put together, and Britney Spears made like a face, but I'm sure as like they progressed, she was like kind of in awe of like how they ended up getting better. Now, I love Fifth Harmony, but I don't feel like they got enough time to really like blend together. It was like very short lived. And I do feel like, because, you know, Little Mix, they were a testament to that. You can have a bunch of solo artists put together, and then they work together and bring their own uniqueness to the table. Like, you have one who's better at harmonizing than somebody else, kind of show the rest of them how to harmonize. Or you have like the lead who can kind of show them how, like, what it is that they do in order to step up to the plate, you know? I'm not saying that there won't be competition within the group, but I feel like if they all take a note from each other, it could become a force to be reckoned with. Like, Little Mix was definitely that. Like, they all had unique standout things that when they combined, they just dominated, just smashed it, right? Like, Perry, she's really good, really, really good at belting. Like, she's great at belting and having, like, those strong, like, thick high notes. And then Jade, she is really great at having, like, hitting high notes and those falsettos, like, and then Leanne, she has such a beautiful, like, soulful voice that when they were, like, singing together, it honestly helped blend the group even more. And then with Jessie, she has such a unique voice that when she left, you can tell that something was missing. But the three of them still, because they were all strong vocalists, they were still able to carry that group so well. Like, extremely well. Like, they're one of my inspos. Like, I can't even lie to you. So I just feel like we will all be critiqued at one point by someone who we either look up to, or are considered our peers. But at the end of the day, it's our job to not give up just because somebody else isn't rocking with you, you know? So I just wanted to add that into this video. But back to the regular scheduled programming, whatever that means for me. Sending double love, by the way. Hey, I am back to close out the video. I don't know if I already filmed an intro, so we're just gonna keep going. Anyhow, or anywho, what am I gonna say? So, well, I'm in California right now, and these winds are acting fucking absurd right now, and just like, it's very unsettling, actually. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I do love windy days, but like, this wind is like ferocious. It's like fierce as hell. And it kind of made me want to write a song about, you know, wind and relations and all that good stuff, and like how, so yeah, I just want to see the color. And how basically the right storm can just come through and tear relationships apart, right? Whether it's like platonic or romantically. And I feel like there's a song in my heart that I want to like write that is inspired by the wind, but like it's more deep than just like, oh hey, this is about wind, like, and kind of like a metaphorical laceration that occurs within like a relationship. It's like tumultuous, but like the thing is, I've never truly had like a tumultuous relationship. Well, I guess you can say like while I was like working on coming out, or like just like on the dating scene in general, I was simultaneously faced with hard lessons about dating other guys, which by no means has been like a walk in the park. But I honestly don't feel like any relationship, whether it's like a hetero relationship or a homosexual relationship, is like easy. They're both in their own way like respectively challenging, but like I will say, having to navigate with coming to terms with your own sexuality, and then in addition to finding like people who you actually gel with that are also out of the closet, is a very tumultuous thing to like deal with, because it's kind of like there are some who like, I don't know, like their standards are so high that it creates this like shelf that you can't reach, like because I'm only 5'6", right? Well, no, I'm not 5'6", I'm 5'7". And there are like shelves that, I mean, I kind of can reach those shelves because I also have long arms, so you can't see, but like my arm is like, it extends way higher than like it normally would for someone my height. And you know, I'm like a little below average male height wise, so it's kind of like there are still gonna be some shelves that I can't reach, and I feel like that's what a lot of gay men out there have their expectations on, is like a high shelf that I can barely reach. And I don't know how my analogy became me being only 5'7" and I can't reach the shelf, and then like gay expectations being put on that shelf. But yeah, and that one is crazy. And it's kind of like, it's tumultuous in its own way, because you're kind of like trying so hard to fit these expectations or reach those said expectations, and you just can't achieve them. And so then you're facing like heartache and, you know, stuff like that, because that person is like telling you you're never gonna be, you know, what I need you to be or what I want you to be, and then you internalize it. But as time progressed, I learned how to set my own expectations, and, you know, just being like what I wanted to achieve, right? And with that being said, though, I have also kind of like made it harder for other guys to like reach those like expectations, and it just became tumultuous and a heartbreaking like experience overall. But yeah, all that to say, like, I want to write a song that basically is like, sexuality is like that wind that can just come through and rip apart a relationship, especially like a platonic relationship between, you know, two people who are really close, and I just feel like that song would be a hit. It would be a banger. Like, not saying that like it would be like a Billboard hit, but like it would be like a hit in my eyes. Like, I don't know. I just always love songs that have deep meanings to them, but they like kind of disguise them in a way where it's like, wait, they're talking about the door being slammed by a sudden gust of wind, but then you're like tying that like sudden gust of wind into like someone's sudden anger, or like, you know, it's just like, whoa, that's like mind blowing. Like, I love songs that have hidden meaning and messages, which is why I am such a prolific fan of Taylor Swift and like Sabrina Carpenter, and you know, all these people who sometimes will put the meaning like straightforward or have hidden meanings within the song or music videos and stuff, and they create like little lores and stuff. Like, I just love that. Like, I just love it. But I want to do that. I want to write that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to sleep because I have work tomorrow and until the following Tuesday. But yeah, I will catch you guys later. Thank you for tuning in. Sending double love, of course, as always. And yeah, I hope you have a great day, night, week, etc. I'm just gonna open up to etc. See you later.